you're looking for a historical and cultural attraction in the Quezon City, you might want to visit the Quezon Memorial Shrine. This monument and national shrine is dedicated to the former Philippine President, President Manuel L. Quezon, who was the first President of the Commonwealth of the Philippines and the second President of the Philippines. The Quezon Memorial Shrine is open daily from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. except on Mondays when it is closed for maintenance. Admission is free but donations are welcome.
We are now at Fieldtrips, and today we will be going to QC Memorial Circle. Let's go!
Traveling from Fairview, any routes that are bound to Commonwealth is a viable option. In this case, a bus traveling from SM Fairview going to Cubao was what I went for. Regular fare is at least 30 pesos, and the travel time is at least 45 minutes depending on the traffic. They will most likely drop you off at East Avenue where you can walk right up to the Quezon City Hall, which has a direct access to the QC Memorial Circle.
When traveling from Poblacion to Quezon Memorial Circle, you must ride first a jeepney that would go to Guadalupe Station. The jeepney fare costs around 12 pesos, while for the discounted students like me is around 10 pesos. After arriving at Guadalupe Station, you will have to ride an MRT to go to Quezon Ave Station. That will cost you around 20 pesos, which if you use mostly the MRT around, it would be advisable to buy a beep card, not only that you can save up some time, but of course some money as well. Just load, tap, and you're good to go. Just saying, not sponsored. After you arrive at Quezon Ave Station, start walking around the mall and look for a jeepney station that has a Quezon City Hall sign. I put out a lot of coins since I was new at the place. I asked the conductor how much would it cost, and it's around 12 or 14 pesos. After that, once you finally reach at the City Hall, there will be an underpass tunnel that leads up to Quezon Memorial Circle, which my groupmates were waiting for almost an hour for me, but I was astonished by how the underpass tunnel looked like, and finally, I reached the destination point.
From San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, all you have to do is ride an e-bus going to Cubao. The price range is about 45 to 55 pesos. The ride will take about an hour and a half depending on the traffic. The bus will mostly drop you off in front or at the site of the City Hall along the Kalayaan Avenue. Upon arriving in front of the City Hall, you'll see the underpass which will lead you through the circle. You'll see a pavilion. In the lobby of the pavilion, on your right side, you have to walk between the two restaurants. Here you will see the park area where there are a lot of interactive activities. You just have to walk on your left side to go to the Memorial Shrine. The walk to the shrine will not take more than 5 minutes. The Quezon Memorial Shrine is located within the grounds of Quezon Memorial Circle, a major park in Quezon City. It was designed by architect Federico Illustre. The shrine consists of three connected pylons that rise to a 66-meter tall mausoleum representing Quezon's age when he died from tuberculosis in 1944. The mausoleum contains the remains of Quezon and his wife Aurora, and a museum that showcases Quezon's life, achievements, and legacy.
Did you know that Manuel Luis Quezon was a leader who played a pivotal role in the country's quest for independence from the United States? He joined the Philippine Revolution against Spain in 1899, but later switched sides and cooperated with the American colonial authorities. During MacArthur's long and difficult tenure as chief, Quezon lobbied for legislation in Washington, which would give his country, the Philippines, its independence. He succeeded with the passage of the Tidings-McDuffie Act in March of 1934, which granted the Philippines Commonwealth status, to be followed by complete autonomy in 1946.
The shrine was designed by Filipino architect Federico Illustre. The design was inspired by the Art Deco style and the symbolism of number 3, which represents the three main regions of the Philippines: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The mausoleum has three vertical pylons covered with white Carrara marble from Italy that converge at the top, forming a tripod-like structure that supports a circular dome. The dome is adorned with three mourning angels sculpted by the Italian artist Francesco Monti. The base of the mausoleum has three chambers that house the museum exhibits and a circular hall where Quezon sarcophagus is located. Curiously, there are three heads of carabaos surrounding the dome's oculus directly above President Quezon's sarcophagus. The carabaos were mounted on the oculus in 1958, while the statue of Quezon was placed on the niche 20 years later in 1978. The shrine is situated at the center of a 27-hectare elliptical park that was originally intended to be the site of the new Capitol building of the Philippines. However, due to World War II and political changes, the plan was abandoned and the park was renamed as Quezon Memorial Circle. The park is a popular recreational area for locals and tourists alike, featuring gardens, fountains, playgrounds, restaurants, and other attractions. The Quezon Memorial Shrine is a statement to the legacy of Manuel L. Quezon, who is regarded as one of the most influential leaders in Philippine history. He was instrumental in securing Philippine independence from the United States, promoting social justice and democracy, and establishing Tagalog as the national language. He also initiated the resettlement of Jewish refugees in the Philippines during the Holocaust. The shrine honors his vision of a united and progressive nation that he called the Filipino Dream.
Did you know Italian artist Francesco Riccardo Clemente Monti was responsible for much of the Art Deco style seen on the structure? The three pylons are also symbolic of the three major island groups of the Philippines: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Each pylon is adorned with a grieving angel holding a sampaguita, which is the national flower of the Philippines. Their heads are bowed as if mourning to the president. The angels are dressed in traditional clothing representing each island group. Monti is also believed to be the artist behind these carabao heads framing on the oculus skylight.
The museum displays various artifacts and memorabilia related to Quezon, such as his personal and political belongings, photographs, documents, speeches, medals, and photos from his youth until his death. gallery shows his leadership during the war, where he served as aide-de-camp to General Emilio Aguinaldo, along with his post-war endeavors as a lawyer, governor of Tayabas in 1906, National Assembly representative in 1906, resident commissioner to Washington, D.C. in 1909, and Senate President in 1916. One of the most solemn and sacred parts of the shrine is the mausoleum, where the remains of Quezon and his wife, Aurora Aragon Quezon, are interred. Inside is a circular room with Quezon's sarcophagus in the center, elevated on a marble plinth. When Quezon died of tuberculosis in the US in 1944 during World War II, it took 2 years for his remains to be returned to the Philippines on the 27th of July 1946. He was buried at the North Cemetery in Manila. It was only on August 19, 1978, on the 100th anniversary of his death, that his remains were transferred to their permanent resting place at the memorial that bears his name. In a niche on the side of the room is the tomb of Aurora Quezon, the president's wife. Aurora Quezon was assassinated in 1949 while she was traveling through the mountains to Baler. In 2005, the remains were transferred from the North Cemetery in Manila to the Quezon Memorial Shrine. On a second level above the circular crypt is a niche on which a statue of Quezon sculpted by the national artist Guillermo Tolentino stands. The statue depicts Quezon delivering his fiery speech when he was elected the President of the Commonwealth.
Federico Ilustre graduated with a degree in architecture at the Mapua Institute of Technology in 1937. Ilustre worked for the Bureau of Public Works, now the Department of Public Works and Highways, from 1936 to 1970s. He started his career as a draftsman in the architectural office of Juan Nakpil and later as a furniture designer for Puyat and Sons. He was responsible for designing some of the country's most notable post-war architectural structures such as the Quezon Memorial Shrine, the former GSIS headquarters building, and the Manila International Airport. He was also a winner of a national design competition for the monument of late President Manuel L. Quezon in 1951.
The National Museum of the Philippines had named the Quezon Memorial Shrine as one of the country's national cultural treasures, the highest government distinction conferred on the cultural property under Museum Declaration No. 29-2020. The Quezon Memorial Shrine is not only a monument to honor one of the most influential leaders of the Philippine history, but also a place to appreciate the rich and diverse culture of the Filipino people. The Quezon Memorial Shrine is a must-see attraction for anyone who wants to learn more about the Philippine history and culture. It is a testament to the vision and achievements of Manuel Quezon, who once said, and I quote, "I would rather have a country run like hell by Filipinos than a country run like heaven by Americans."